Thank you for stopping by. Let's start off with 3 simple questions. Number 1, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations? Second question, do you want to save taxes year after year, generation after generations? Third question, do you want to know the secret of the rich? I'm so glad you stopped by because I'm going to teach you what I learned, because when I had to find out that I had to pay an extra amount of money in taxes, how to save taxes. The Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we're still part of England, and the law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that turned 350 years old in 2023. They've been saving taxes that long. Our current tax code that we are now under went into effect in February of 1913. It's more than 110 years old. It was only supposed to be around for a few years, but the super rich families of that time, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, made sure they could save taxes. Again, it's written in 643B like Bravo. If they can save taxes, I want to teach how everyone else can save taxes too. Now, the law firm I work on behalf of has a copyright on the Benson Financial Trust. Paul Benson was a Harvard law professor. 76 years ago, he wrote the 5 different trusts, and now his grandson and great-grandson run the law firm. The 5 different trusts are the business trust for U.S. business owners and 1099 income earners, where you will save at least 90% on your federal income taxes, and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes. The beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors. You will save the following 5 taxes year after year, generation after generation. You will no longer pay short-term or long-term capital gains, interest income taxes if you're a passive investor, dividend income taxes if you're in the stock market, rental income taxes if you're a real estate investor, and finally royalties if you have talent. I have none. So that's the 2 main trusts I deal with. The 3 other trusts that Paul Benson wrote is the senior trust for anybody over 65 on Medicare making more than $91,000 a year. I was a Medicare broker, so I ran into this quite often. But if you're making more than $91,000 a year, you're going to have to start paying for your Part B Medicare. Yes, you pay about $166 for Part B from your Social Security now, but then it's going to be $185. So the senior trust is a blind trust, and if you start your trust before you're 65, you don't have to worry about that. Then there's a charitable trust for any 501c3 companies. And finally, the mineral trust. One of my clients who inherited his granddad's horse farm and has 6 oil wells on that Oklahoma horse farm is saving over $36,000 a year in taxes. He's happy. He's buying more. He got 3 new Arabian horses for that farm. So let's get into this. The business trust is for U.S. business owners and 1099 income earners to save federal and state income taxes. I have a new course out at The Great Discovery. If you go to www.sallygimmon.com, my last name is G-I-M like Mary, O-N like Nancy.com. I have a free course and a chart that shows if you're making $80,000 a year and you're filing single, how much you will be saving in each. As many U.S. business owners and U.S. 1099 income earners save as much money as possible. My local pizzeria, that's a mom and pop shop that has 2 locations, make about $15,000 a year, and $15,000 a month, $180,000 a year. They're saving over $34,000 every single year. They could pay off their mortgage. They can buy a new car. They can put it towards retirement savings. They can give to charity. They can help a family member out. What do they do with the money? They opened up a 3rd location. They're using money now. And I have to apologize. I don't bring people on while I go live because last time I did that, that person was dead. I'm sorry, that person was not dead. The person was naked. Woo, did I say the wrong thing? So I don't bring people on live. With the business trust, you're going, all trusts, you're going to save in 4 very important ways. Write this down. You're going to save taxes year after year, generation after generation. Number 2, you're going to keep your information private. Your LLC, your S Corp, or your C Corp, I can go to the Secretary of State website or the Corporation Commission in your state and research all LLCs. There's a reason why 40% of all LLCs get sued every single year. Talking about lawsuits, number 3, get everything into the trust, and the trust cannot be sued. So if they try to sue me, I'm worth nothing. All my vehicles, my house, everything I own is in the trust. And then the 4th thing, with the Benson Financial Trust that I sell, you're exempt from doing the 2024 Corporate Transparency Act. This is from the Treasury Department. If you don't have the trust, please do the paperwork, because if you don't do the paperwork, you could be fined $10,000 and or 2 years in jail. Think about that, for not doing paperwork for the federal government. That's ugly. So that's the business trust. The beneficial trust, I'm going to tell you my story. October 2018 was a watershed month for me. I was working as a Medicare broker in Phoenix, Arizona, and my nephew was getting married in Charlotte, North Carolina. I asked for the Friday before the wedding and the Monday after the wedding for the time off. I had the time. I was told, no, it's open enrollment. You can't do that. Then my brand new 3-week-old sports car, driving to work at 7 o'clock in the morning on Indian School Road, second car through a green light, gets T-boned by a guy bozo who ran the red light. He had no insurance, and Silly Sally had no gap insurance. I was $8,000 upside down and had to get a second car note. And then the 3rd thing that happened, my mom and dad, who lived in Goodyear, Arizona, drove from Goodyear to Charlotte for the wedding, and my mom got blood poisoning, septic to the blood, and she was on a ventilator for 13 months, in a hospital for 15 months. She got better and came home. I was going out to my mom and dad's house in Goodyear once a week to do mail, and in December, I saw a letter from CMS, Centers of Medicare Society, her first month statement in the hospital. It was $72,000. Right then and there, I called my friend Glenn, who invited me to a real estate meeting. I had a mortgage. I was still paying student loans for my graduate classes. I had credit card debt. I had 2 car notes, and I had an $8,000 deductible for my health insurance. I was a mess. I said, Glenn, I need to change my life. And he said, next Saturday, we're having a Christmas potluck. Bring a $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. Best decision of my life. Well, in 2019, when I was working full-time as a Medicare broker and I wholesaled 7 properties and paid off $184,000 in debt, I was a rock star. Then my CPA called me. I knew about capital gains, but I didn't think about my tax rate going from 22% up to 24%. All of a sudden, I owed more money. I owed $79,000 in short-term capital gains. I took a HELOC off of my recently paid off house. Defeats the purpose of being paid off, I thought, and I paid what I owed. I had read an article about the Rockefellers, and I researched the Spendthrift Trust. With my research, I started teaching a mastermind in my real estate group, so other real estate investors could save capital gains, interest income taxes, and rental income taxes. My thinking as a results coach has told me I needed to start my own business and I needed to move. Long, involved story, that's a whole different story. So now I'm inviting any U.S. business owner, U.S. 1099 income earner, or U.S. investor to set up a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me. I'll take you out to NerdWallet. I'll give you the 3 articles that are available on the Great Discovery to show you how much you'll be saving in taxes. Thank you for taking some time out on a Friday afternoon to watch this video. I hope you learned something new. Again, Again, my new course is available at www.sallygimmon.com. Please watch that course. Check out the Excel spreadsheet. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'm going to sign off before I start crying because I have to cough. Take care. And I'm going to sign off before I start crying because I have to cough. Take care.